Okay, so there's a few things we need to do. It's been a minute. Let's get talking to the people. We just protected this guy's inn from some bandit scum. Let's get closer with our new companions here. I seem really loud for this, so let's just maybe do a little bit of that. Alright, it's made like no difference. Anyway, Lindsay, just a moment. I just got something. Lindsay quickly scribbles something in a notebook and raises her eyes and smiles at you. Hi. Okay, we like Lindsay. So tell us about yourself. What do you want to know? Well, where are you from? I'm from all over. I was actually born in Galt, in such a tiny village that is not even on the maps. If it weren't for my teacher, I'd still be living there, milking goats, weeding turnips, swilling homebrew, having babies, and using books as only a kindling. I'm still too loud. There we go. Be better. Okay. So I'm glad she's not making babies just yet and helping us out. Who was your teacher? He's a true saint. He was once an important person in the capital at the Church of Shilin. She says Shilin a lot. Is that a place? Or like a kind of church or what have you, I guess. But he got in trouble with the authorities and went on a self-imposed exile to the tiniest, most godforsaken, priestless village he could find. The one where I was born. Huh. He wanted to open a school, but the villagers wouldn't let him. You can heal us all you like, but no putting any ideas into our children's heads. It's only distract them for their work. Distract, man. Maybe this is a bad idea. Distract them from their work. But he did teach me on the sly. He taught me how to read, how to write, how to write, and he gave me books, poems, legends. He was one who told me about the Archknights of Avistan. So I think we can go over these, right? Yeah, Avistan is a continent in the world. I could have checked what shit. Oh, there it is. Shillings there. Avistan is a continent in the world of Golarion, one of the most heavily settled areas on the planet. Avistan possesses as many varied cultures and environments as many other continents in the world, and ancient history stretching back tens of thousands of years. Beveroy, the River Kingdoms, Numeria, and the Stolen Lands are all situated in Avistan. Okay. When I told him I was going on a journey, he gave me a magic ring so that Shilin would protect me from harm. Shilin, also known as Eternal Rose, the Eternal Maiden, and the Incorruptible, is the goddess of art, beauty, love, and music, and the half-sister of Zon Kuthan. Ah, okay. So it's like a deity. I haven't seen him since I ran away from home. I hope he's alright. I ask Shilin every day to grant him a long life, and new students. Archknights of Avistan, who are they? Oh, you haven't heard of them? How can you be a hero without knowing one of those most epic stories? My camera position good, yes, lovely. Stories. In the history of stories, no, I won't spoil anything. You should just read about them yourself, every single chapter. Their adventures are what gave me the idea of going on a heroic quest and writing about it to begin with. And now, look at me. Here I am, on a heroic quest. Alright. It's worked out perfect for her. How did you become a bard? So this is going to be a little bit of reading this part, right? Because we just had a bunch of fights. It's been going at miles per hour, and now we're just getting reinstated. I've been watching old playthrough now of like people playing this, including like Carnage. He does it on the hardest difficulty. Before it was the enhanced edition. Man, just pure RNG, but he loves it. So you can literally do like 10 minutes of gameplay and you'll still be ahead of him because it's going to take him like 20 attempts to do every fight. Maybe it will start to push ahead for him now anyway because he's gotten past some of the harder parts at the beginning. That's another cat just over there. Cataroo. Where are we? Is that a cat or a doggo? Or some other kind of critter? Where was I? When I realized there was nothing for me at home besides more radish patches, I decided to run away. A traveling book peddler, Tessie the Quill, happened across our village. Well, I stuck to her like a burr, and I wouldn't let go until she agreed to take me as an apprentice. Together we traveled everywhere to Brevoy, young nation existing, okay, and Taldor. Okay. And even Islav, multiple words as a fog-shrouded nation, countless horrors. Wow. Then I found out about the Academy of Grand Arts in Pitex. And I thought, well, I love reading stories, so I surely can learn to write them too. I enrolled on my first try, and they even gave me a scholarship. Nice. Then they expelled me. What? Not like this. Not like this. Alright. Yeah, don't get expelled right away, guys. Not good. That's okay. They already taught me all the important stuff. And now with Shannon's help, I can manage on my own. Let me see if my camera button shortcut thingy is working. Just out of interest. This might be a terrible idea. This one will work where it doesn't work with the Witcher at the moment because of the way I've got the key set. It comes off as an import. I can figure it out, but I just haven't had the urgency to bother. Anyway. Right, so let's see. So she's a delightful woman of faithfulness. I guess she worships Shannon? Or maybe not. Yes, not to offend the other gods, but she's the most important of them all. All the other gods guard the world as it is, but only the Eternal Rose, the goddess of beauty, calls us to the world as it should be. You know, really and truly at the end of the day. Who doesn't like roses? Okay, why are your clothes so messy? Is their clothes messy? Lindsay waves her hand carelessly. Forget it. I can't waste money on looks. I'd rather buy books instead. In 100 years, when people are reading my works, they aren't going to ask whether the author had holes in their sleeves. That's what I say when I'm doing broadcasting or streaming. I say, I don't worry about how I look. People aren't going to worry about that. They're going to worry about the gameplays, the classic lines, all done in one take, and they're going to say, you know what? When I'm older, I want to be just like that guy. Nah. But, you know, I can dream. Alright, what other questions have we got here? Let's ask about something else. I think that's all of them, really. Oh no, you come from Pitex, right? Tell me about it. I love Pitex, even though they kicked me out, a joyful place. I was laughing at Pitex like... actually, Pitex has always been one huge nest of thieves, bandits, river pirates, smugglers, fencers, card shops. What's card shops? It's always been home for the likes of me. But that was before Ivarati became king. With him, a whole different life began there. Ivarati always wanted to make history, but not as any bandit with a crown, though that's exactly what he is. He wanted to be glorified through the centuries as a great patron of the arts, so he built the Academy of Grand Arts and spent lots of gold to assemble the best artists, poets, and magicians. Of course, the very best ones refused to go, but he got what he wanted in a way. If Pitax was once just a booze barn for thieves, now it's a cabaret. Wow. What do you know of this king? He won his crown in a game of cards. Wow. Which says as much about Pitex as it does about him. Fiendishly clever. Some cheats I know told me that from the moment he appeared he started to pulling off such schemes that the old city masters just scratched their heads. With him in charge, gold flooded into Pitex. And also, he's incredibly unimaginably, fantastically decadent and conceited. Sounds like quite the king. Getting drunk with whores at the pub, that's not Lord Ortiz style, no. He aims higher. Dressing up like a male Calistria. What's a Calistria? Calistria, also known as Savage Sting and the Unquenchable Fire, is a goddess of lust and revenge. She takes on as many faces and guises. With a golden codpiece. And holding a 3-week orgy with dancing on the rooftops, parades, public executions, and a contest for the best oldie to the great unrivaled king. That's more like it. Golden codpiece, not silver? Man, I don't know what's the world coming to. He also likes singing, and he orders his guards to make the citizens gather for his shows. May Shillen have mercy on his listeners. Yeah, and viewers as well, jeez. Tell me about the Academy, so that. You know, jokes aside, I'm thankful for Iroati for building it, but he has no taste at all whatsoever. He likes his art loud, bright, grandiose, and most importantly, glorifying his Royal Highness. He kicked out the best charcoal artist because he didn't wish to spend money on grey scribbles. He sacked a masterful flute player from Shangji. Is it Xiangji? I don't know. For playing too quietly, and instead ordered them to open a kettle drum class. He even ordered the academy to expel me, and for what? an innocent limerick. Come on, let's hear the limerick. Would you like to go back to the academy and finish your studies? I'd like to return, but on one condition: if they threw out 3/4 of the professors who teach there now, and returned all the ones they banished. If you ask me, I'm proud to have been expelled. If my art was to Everarty's liking, then I would have reason to be ashamed. Sounds like it. As long as mediocre lick spittles. Wow. That's like cocksuckers, I guess, in the world of Pathfinder. Set at the academy, and those with real talent beg on the streets of Pitax. I will not cross the threshold of that place. Fair enough. Fair enough. Man, this is just gonna be just reading. This man, it's hard to sell. But I suppose if someone was watching this kind of game, they would kind of know that they're gonna be action, reading, looting, puzzling, fighting, reading, action. You know, there is voices though, but it's just not for everything. Tell me about the book you're writing. Well, as I said, you've seen some of the rough drafts already, haven't you? It spoke about you and your adventures. I'm writing the whole truth just as it happened. Well, the whole artistic truth. You know, no glory, no story. Why are you writing it? What's the point? When I was at the academy, Eobald the Insightful began his literature course with the question, what is a person? In the answer, the person is a storytelling animal. Our world does not consist of things. All these woods, seas, and cities consist of stories about those things. The stories we tell to ourselves and to each other. Just think about it. Centuries will pass and there will be no me and no you. All your subjects will be long gone, but you and I will live on in people's memories and influence their deeds thanks to this very book. Okay, fair enough. No offense, but your command of language is not... Oh, wow, do I want to say that? The book is full of inconsistencies. This is kind of like a choice now, no? Right? So what kind of character am I? I think it's like being rude. I don't want to be rude to her. Truth be told, I was a little afraid of meeting a real hero. In books, they're all protectors of the weak and poor. But what about in real life? But you eased all my fears with 2 shakes of the tail. You're a true hero, just like in the legends. My new fear is that in 100 years, my readers will say that people like you never existed. But I'm writing the truth. How do you feel about me reading your work progress? Well, these are only drafts, but of course you're welcome to read them. Just keep in mind that even if you don't like what I wrote about, I won't change a single letter, so don't even ask. Damn. Of course it's a book about you, but it's my book, understood? Small writer's eyes glow rebelliously. Like that, probably. Oh, there we go. As long as you write the truth, I have no objection. I think that's where I'm at. Write whatever you wish. I doubt you would defame me, or for that matter, overpraise. Ah. Yeah, we trust her, don't we? Heal from truth. Write whatever you wish. It's your right. But I should decide if the book is allowed or not. I remember for my deeds, not for your book. Or you can be like scumbag. I was saying how my own broke. I was saying how to say my own broke and so forth. I think we're gonna go for. As you write truth, I have no objection. I feel like that's where I'm at with it. You wish, I doubt you defame me, or for that matter, overpraise. Yeah, don't overpraise either. I trust her. Thank you for your trust. I will not set out to please you, of course, but I still hope that you'll like my book as much as my other readers. You performed a chaotic good action. Uh-oh. No evil playthroughs for us, eh? Or evil people in our party, that's for sure. They don't like us now. I think these are just to be nasty. Because I don't think there's inconsistencies. I haven't read anything like that. So I think I'll leave those. I don't want to start having to load up because it pisses her off for no purpose. To make your friendship with Tessie the Quill. What's there to say? The books woke my urge to travel, but it was only thanks to Tessie that I managed to really get out of my village. At first, Tessie tried in vain to get rid of me, but later, when I told her I was staying in Pitax, she even shed a tear. I wonder where she is now. Maybe we'll find her on our journey. What's the deal with the ring you always wear on your finger? Didn't notice it, but now we've noticed it, apparently. This! Lindsay holds her arm for you to get a clear view of the ring. It was a gift to me from my first teacher. It's magical. Imbued with the powers of Shilin, no less. When I get myself in trouble, it transports me to a safe spot. Is that, if you like, it's interesting. So, please don't be angry with me if I suddenly disappear from a fight. I'll wait for you here, promise. So let's make sure she can't get murdered, maybe? Leave and do not return. I don't want to ever see you again. Wow. Alright. Good talk, Lizzie. Lindsay. Am I saying Lizzie? Lindsay. Have I been saying Lizzie all this time? I'm sorry. Suddenly without me, of course I could just write whatever you tell me, but if I wanted to stay cooped up in a dusty room, I'd still be sleeping through lectures at the academy. Let's save. Who's this? Noriel 8 Eyes. Noriel 8 Eyes. Svetlana's the guy's waifu. I think we already looted barrels and stuff in here. I guess the rest of the squad must be outside. Let's talk to Noriel. First we need to sell stuff though. We got like a lot of stuff to sell. That's junk. And I've got a list of things for us to do. We got to talk to everybody, sort through inventory. I got to take off the chainmail because it's giving me a minus on my stats, or yeah, minus on athletics. Even though that's for more like book stuff, but still -2 armor. It's not good. It's affecting me. I should be wearing something else. Let's talk to this person. Anorel, 8 Eyes. The elf looks straight at you, through the tangled hair falling over her face. Hey, you're an adventurer, right? Seeking your fortune in the stolen lands. You aren't the only one of your kind here. Take my advice, keep your eyes open and watch your back. Sometimes the ones who call themselves your friends are more dangerous than your enemies, than we know it. Judging by the elf's voice, it's obvious that she started the day with a jug of wine. Oh, she had a few sherbets. Who are you? Anorel 8 Eyes. Once upon a time, I was famous throughout Absalom. Is that like a city, I guess? Yeah. Anorel 8 Eyes of the Reckless 6. Well, glory passes quickly a few miserable decades later, and no one recognizes you on the street anymore. What a shame. We don't need another bow person in the party, to be fair, if that's what's going on here. What are you doing here? I sit here waiting for adventurers who are in need of help. We may be sitting here in the backwoods tavern, but in Absalom, I have a lot of friends who are eager to make a few coins. They have brave hearts but shallow pockets. A little gold would be a welcome change for them. I can send them a message and they will come from Absalom for a portal. If you're interested, just give me a sign and we'll arrange everything. Right away, this is going to help the likes of a Cole Carnage on the hardest difficulty back then. Quite early because he didn't have a out and out tank. I suppose we should get some, but I really only want ones that are like proper characters that are like voiced and stuff to take up slots. Why are you called 8 Eyes, by the way? Once long ago, I could spot an enemy and pin him to the wall before he could even think of attacking. Sunset had 8 Eyes and looked all around at once. Though it seems I've outlived my nickname. Elle stretches her arm forward, her palm trembles noticeably. I've been drinking so much lately. It's best I don't test my skills too often. Alright. Let's do that as well, it might help. Zoom in a bit. Where were you when the trading post was attacked? I was hunting, got a little lost in the mist, which is the first time it's happened to me. Guess I should go easier on the drink. But don't you imagine I'd be scared of a good fight if only I'd known I was missing all the action. But I see you've got everything under control. Famous Pathfinder here in the middle of nowhere. Why? You want to know how one could exchange the life of a Pathfinder for this sorry drunken rattle? The light in Aaron's eyes goes out as if someone had blown out a candle. You lose all your friends because of one scumbag and then you'll understand. I was the only one to return from the final campaign of Reckless 6, and whatever is left of me can't be called a seeker anymore. Aaron remains silent for a long time, as if wondering if she wishes to poke the old wound. Here's the story. Our leader, Velman, was the best of us, wise, brave, friends with everyone. One of those friends, Advian Adressin, sent him a disturbing letter. He'd stumbled upon mention of some ancient books on the art of necromancy. Oh boy. Secrets like those are best left hidden forever. Trust me, I've seen what happened. What kind of magic can do. What that kind of magic can do. The elf bites her lip. To make a long story short, those volumes were supposedly hidden in the catacombs of Gallows Spire. We decided that the books should be retrieved and kept safe by the Society. What's the Society? Pathfinder Society is a global spanning organization based on apps. Oh, right. I got like the group that we can get quest people from. We gathered in a tavern, discussed the expedition, then proceeded to Astalav. It was a normal mission, a quick and quiet recovery, and Ariel smiles bitterly. But everything turned out to be much more complicated. We barely made it with through the Witchgate Forest. All those terrible living trees, undead druids, and their archers of bone. It was a miracle we managed to get out alive. We chosen Renchurch to stop at even. It was marked on the Velmet's map as a safe enough haven to hold up and lick our wounds. How I wish that had been true. Velmet was the first to perish. He was attacked by one of the monsters hiding in the stables. It tossed him about like a feather, threw him down an ancient well. His shout echoed for a long time, and I didn't hear the sound of him landing. And then Ariella pauses and turns away, hiding her eyes. Enough, I shouldn't have gotten into this. I might stir up others' feelings with all my chatter. We better forget about it for now. Maybe I'll tell you more some other time, but not today. The Pathfinder Society would be interesting. Because I want to know, what is the purpose of this? The School of Adventures, we search for those who are eager to test their skills, and we educate them and give them ideas about where on Golarion, that's the planet, that's like the orbits a yellow sun, this is the planet itself, I think. Yeah. They might seek their fortune. They look for forgotten knowledge, secrets, and lost artifacts. They are explorers and pathfinders. We're a sort of mutual assistance club for adventure lovers, kind of like an adventurers guild. We exchange experience, share knowledge, and keep careful records in case it proves useful to future expeditions. And also, we publish books for thrill seekers and bored urban teenagers from wealthy families. What kind of members does the society have? All sorts of adventurers. We have representatives from all races, religions, and beliefs. The Grand Lodge is in Absalom, but there are many smaller lodges throughout Golarion. And adventurer captains direct pathfinders to their goals from across all the corners of the world. There are many renowned heroes in the society, and many scoundrels as well, whose service to society has brought them fame. Who does the society support? You mean who does it serve? No one in particular. Pathfinders try not to get involved in the quarrels of others. They serve only the spirit of adventure, and sometimes they happen to save the world. However, that doesn't mean there are no black sheep among the Seekers. Okay, interesting. She's probably going to get pissed if we do that, or we'll have to do a skill check. Can I save in dialogue? No. Would we want her to join us even though we're already a bolt? We're a ranger already, I believe. Fire one, flame. I don't think she'll join. She sounds like she's retired as well, or semi. No, I've got enough things to do already. You better manage on your own. Guarding your story. Arrow looks at you silently. I mean, I had the last note I did that. What happened in Renchurch? Oh, she won't want to do that. Elf shakes her head. I will have no wish to fill your sleep with nightmares. When you prove that you can stand firm in battle, that you can achieve victory without losing yourself along the way, then I will tell you of the horrors that waited us in Renchurch. Okay. I don't need to go through this again. So how does this work, fighters? I have friends like that. Just decide who exactly you need and they will come on my signal. This will cost you 2,000 gold pieces. I don't think we have 200 gold pieces, much less. Jeez. I'm in the wrong business! Wait there, I am in the same business. What am I talking about? Why don't I get 2,000 bones for doing quests each time? I'm doing it the wrong way. I need a better agent. I need a better guild agent. I don't think we have the money right now. Pretty sure. Well, I'm not going anywhere. Okay, we have to go. How much money do we have? Where's our cash at again? Where's our cash app? 1,053. Right, we definitely don't have enough money. I kind of don't want I don't want non-voiced like thingy in our quest anyway. I prefer to have like story people. Can I sell my stuff to you, lady? Miss Svetlana. Was that his wife or his daughter? I forget. Good day. I hope you're feeling alright after that battle. I can't thank you enough for what you've done. I definitely don't want to waste your time, but if you have a moment, I have a request. What did you want to ask us then? She lowers her head. This is a very personal request, and maybe not important enough for your time. I'll completely understand if you say no, but the first time the Stag Lord's thugs... Here, Stag Lord Cump. Stag Lord Cock is what I was going to say. Maybe that's more appropriate, I don't know. Where are we? So those thugs came here demanding money. They also took my wedding ring. Just tore it off my hand. It's just a trinket, really, but it meant so much to me. I remember every moment of the day Oleg came to me, that ring in hand, yes, her husband in hand, to ask if I'd marry him. I was standing in a fancy dress on the stairs of my father's house, fearing that I'd misheard something, or that I'd say something stupid and everyone around would laugh. Stella interrupts herself, shaking her head guiltily. If you happen to find my ring among the bandit's possessions, please bring it back to me. It's easy to recognize. My name is engraved inside the band. Sona drops her eyes, lowering her voice. There is one more thing. Among the bandits, there's a dark-haired woman who wields dual axes. She's not bad in a fight. In fact, she can be extremely dangerous and cruel. But please, I beg you, show her mercy if you have the chance. Alright. Dark-haired woman who wields dual axes. Show her mercy. Okay, that's interesting. We need some dialogue check for that, probably. I'd be happy to help, though. That's sentimental for real. Nods, I'm so grateful for your help. Okay, plot twist is her daughter. Anyway, tell me about yourself. How did you and your husband find the courage to establish a trading post in the Stonelands of all places? It was Oleg's idea. Though I supported him in it, we didn't realize how dangerous it was here. Of course, in Restov, everyone respects the sword lords. Sword lords. Swords. They ruled Rossan and generations each quickly and positively. Okay. And everyone's accustomed to relying on them. Even the mention of someone like Lady Jamandi, oh, that's the ones that set us on this quest, could be enough to fend off a street thug or some other trouble. It could maybe even work in some places here, but not with the Stag Lord's men. Okay. What can you tell me about this Slag Lord? He's not just some average bandit. If no one puts a stop to him, he'll turn the Stonelands into his personal kingdom, a kingdom of fear and oppression. So we've got Awful Good and other options. It'd be a kingdom of lawlessness. Once I've dealt with the Stag Lord, your life will improve. It would be, or green, basically, chaotic good. I like adventures, but definitely prefer the ones that involve stopping villains and helping people. Sounding like me. I'm such a good guy pussy. Not for evil. Fear always follows power. It would be naive to think Stag Lord is so much different from any other ruler. In life, you either inspire fear or cower from it. I prefer to be the one who's feared. And then 5, I'll deal with a Stag Lord that I think we're gonna go with. And we're gonna be like not able to do nothing bad. Or do we mix it up with a lawful good this time? Stopping villains and helping people though is always better. Alright. I can't thank you enough for the hope you've given me, but please be careful. The Stag Lord is extremely dangerous. When we're speaking to bad guys and stuff, we'll go a little bit more hardcore. Alright. That's these two. Svetlana's ring is in there now as a questo. Now remember, there's some kind of time system. We're filling 87 days and 6 hours. Wait, what? That's the main one, right? So that we have no more than 3 months. Yeah, this is the time thing. It's crazy. I'm not a fan of that normally, so I don't know how it's going to play out. Apparently I missed a separate second thing on that one. That's the wedding ring. And that Tadushio as well. With his evil squad. Am I drinking? What am I drinking there? Right. You can't sell. You don't have to sell stuff. Is it your husband? I can't remember. Let's save again. So where's the rest of our crew? They must be outside. Ember. Let's what was the button again to inspect? Was it Y? Inspecting. What does that do? Is that
forwards?
Doesn't seem to do anything on its own. There's Oleg. Bokken is the guy that was doing the bombs, I believe. There's a Mario with a massive, massive sword. Let's speak to our teammates first. She's going absolute apeshit. Training mannequin. We're gonna have to find our other lady. Turns out that what we ended up with our choices that we made, we ended up with a full lady squad. Heck, at least it's not lady boys, huh? I'm not opposed to a full squad of badass ladies, so I can handle that. Alright. We're gonna talk. Right, utters a weary sign. Alright, spill it, I'm listening. Just talking, you don't like it? Sounds weird. Shrugs several times. Perhaps flexing her muscles or maybe just feeling the signs. Don't know. She mints at last. Depends on what we're talking about. If it's about monsters or swords or scars, I approve, that's good. And if you're gonna ask questions like why and what for and how, screw this. Ray looks over slowly head to toe. Or you got even harder ones. Tell me about yourself. This simple question seems to puzzle her many. She scratches her head, then starts counting on her fingers. First, I'm a barbarian. I'm strong. I grew up in the realm of the Mammoth Lords. That sounds like somewhere inhabited by humans, almost savage, prehistoric beasts surrounding them. Wow, yeah, that's why she's tough. I left my tribe, the Six Bears, and looks thoughtfully at her 4 bent fingers and shrugs. And I like fights. She concludes bending her thumb. I think that was 1, 2, 3, and she's made 5. Anyway. It's like to be a barbarian in the Six Bears tribe. Our people are big and strong. We can cut a monster in half in one swing. We can walk 3 days and nights with no rest. We can eat a whole fried aurochs. I thought she was going to say chicken then, but I was hoping for too much. I don't know what the hell aurochs are. I guess you had to do a lot of training to become as strong as you are. Training? No one freaking trained me. The boys of the Six Bears got the training. All I could do was watch. Mary's eyes gleam with anger. And you know what? They were still crap even after all that training because I kicked their butts hard. Animals, bandits, monsters all thought they were stronger than me. Idiots. Spits on the ground. Because if you start a fight, you think you can win. You think you're stronger than your enemy. Mary raises her chin proudly. I defeated them all. See all the scars on my face? What does the realm of Mammoth Lords look like? I really want to know that for real. Huge and freezing, no place for weaklings. Amari narrows her eyes as if evaluating your ability to survive her homeland. Tribes hunt aurochs, herds to survive. Aurochs are fast, so tribe follows herd for days. Just not to die of hunger. If you're weak, you stay behind and die in the snow. Tribe cannot stop. This is like many viewers' dream woman right here. Why did you leave your tribe, him? Amira flushes. Because they were assholes, all of them. Men were cowards and scoundrels, and women were scared like sheep. Mary rolls her bold, bloodshot eyes in fury. Men there think no girl can be a fighter, because they are weak. They are afraid a woman can beat them. And females just nod. Go sew hides, cook meat, watch kids. That's what they always say, but I'm a warrior, damn it. I won't cook hides and watch meat. Cook hides and watch. Yeah, cook hides and watch meat. Mary's already shouting, her fists clenched tightly. I told him so. I went hunting with men. And what did I get? Still the same. You're a woman. You stay home. Even gave me a nickname, the Soft Chieftain, like a warrior woman, was a funny joke. Damn. I even went to hunt those shit-faced frost giants, and they're there. Amir suddenly stops, breathing heavily, sweat beating down on her forehead. After a moment, Amir waves her hand awkwardly and forces herself to grin. So I left, cowards, scoundrels, and sissies they were. That's why. Sounds like she's exaggerating in some aspects of it. You're a good fighter. Quite good might piss her off, I don't know. Amir jerks her head up. Quite good, huh? See, I told you. Compared to who? If I was a crappy mill, I'd fight better. Is that what you say? She glares at you, her eyes narrow. Or you say I could be better, like go get some training, Amory, right? You're very good in a fight, you're an excellent warrior. I've just given you a compliment, that's all. And in lawful neutral, I meant exactly what I said. You're quite a good fighter. Don't raise your voice to me ever again. I don't want to get beaten up. I think that she might respect this more though. But then at the same time, she's kind of unhinged about men and stuff. And I don't want to die. So I'm going to go with chaotic good. Even though I wanted to mix up a bit, she's not a bad guy. So. And she's got a big, massive buster sword. So I don't want to get messed up. So we're just going to go with that one. For several more seconds, Emma continues to glare at your face with suspicion, and then, all of a sudden, she mellows. True, I fight good. That's what I do best. Okay. Thanks for telling me. Let's talk about something else. Why not? Emma frowns, but you feel she's glad to change the subject. So why did you leave your tribe, and what's the story about the frost giants? Didn't we ask that already? Told you already, they were arseholes. They treat women like sheep, not fighters. My friends. As for giants, I'll tell you later, someday, maybe. That's a formidable sword, but it's not just a simple weapon, is it? You bet it's not simple. Check out how big it is. She proudly raises the blade, and you notice that, even though Amory is extremely strong, she still has difficulty wielding such a large sword. This sword belonged to a real bastard frost giant. I killed the beast and took this looker for myself. Fits me perfect. My damn trophy. Mary's eyes flash with menace as if she's challenging some invisible enemy to try taking away her trophy. And you can just tell her to go and kick rocks. Thanks for talking to me. Let's speak again later. Talking. When will we do some monster killing instead? She's saying exactly what you guys are thinking. Well, we'll be doing some fighting soon. There's a doggo.
Without a doubt.
Whoa. Can I? No, I can't. Where is, oh, final companion. What would she be doing? Where would she be? Oh, there she is, Valerie. She's watching God. Let's save. Greetings, Valerie sighs. Everything is well, I hope. I'm ready for new orders. Let's tell us about yourself, Valerie. What exactly would you like to know? I was born to a noble family, though I didn't remain long on the family estate. My father sent me to the Order of the Eternal Rose. Ah, Eternal Rose, that's Lindsay's thing. But I left once I realized that it didn't match my principles. Ah, right. Where are you from? What was your childhood like? I was born in Brevoy. Okay. But in fact, I've never seen much of the country. I spent my childhood on a remote estate owned by my noble family. My father is a respectable philanthropist and a benefactor of the Church of Shillon. Shillon, but she's not about it apparently. He's also a renowned private collector and a great admirer of the arts. My mother saw to my education personally from my early years. I learned good manners, how to behave at dinner table, and a proper form of words for every occasion. I also learned the difference between true nobles and low-born upstarts. I learned how to treat each of them properly. My home was always under the protection of several paladins of Shillon. My father has donated a handsome sum to their order. One of them, a man of venerable age, with a grey beard, once let me touch his shining armor. Oh, I thought she was going to say something else there. I was getting very worried where that was going. Whew, good thing I haven't got the heart rate monitor on then. Alright. I still remember the admiration I felt when I touched the cold, polished steel. Valerie smiles. Of all the memories of my childhood, that one is somehow the warmest one. She's got a fetish for armor. How were you sent to the Paladin Order of Eternal Rose? As you can imagine, from my first days I was surrounded by the crowds of servants and nannies who never stopped praising my heavenly beauty. The Paladins of Shillon, who used to visit our house, echoed these praises. In the end, general consensus overwhelmed my father's better judgment. When I turned 6, I was brought to the Church of Shillon and told that this would be my new home. Don't pity me though, I beg of you. Many who hear this story immediately assume that my parents were cruel and had no love for their child. Harry's eyes become stern. My parents had respect for me. They taught me something that has supported me all my life, a sense of self-esteem. Besides, they didn't abandon me. Once every 6 months, they would come and visit me at the Order of the Eternal Rose. We had some tea, and then they had an hour to walk around in the garden. Then they would take their leave, as etiquette demanded. So it's very formal, very royal family-esque, right? What did they teach you in the Order? A variety of things. Some of them appealed to me, others I simply couldn't accept. I enjoyed the physical activities and swordsmanship, but the arts, calligraphy, painting, poetry, and so many other ways to waste one's time. Harry sighs. I guess that deep in my heart I always knew I'd never be a true paladin of Shelyn. Wielding a sword always felt more natural to me than handling a paintbrush. And why did you leave all this? She kind of answered that, didn't she? Because of my heavenly beauty. What? Harry winces in contempt. According to Shelyn's laws, all art is sacred, whatever form it takes. Severe punishment awaits those who dare harm a painting, sculpture, or poem, no matter how worthless the drivel might be. My looks always attracted unwanted attention from the pilgrims and acolytes at the temple. I received my first poem dedicated to me when I was 9. The author was some wealthy geezer. Valerie's lips thin in contempt. And that was only the beginning, was that perverse right now. Sculptures, pictures, poems, I was drowning in them. My admirers mobbed me, and I had to respectfully accept all their garbage. The clerics of the temple were magnanimous, for my suitors made generous offerings to the church, but one time I just snapped. Billy surprised anger glitters across Valkyrie. Could have been worse, I could have said Valkyrie. Some wealthy idiot has dedicated an extremely untalented poem to me. And he had the nerve to read it right to my face, holding my sleeve. The hour was late and I was on my way to get some rest after a boring lesson in rhymes. I lost control and tore the poem apart right in front of him. Harry raises her head proudly. The paladins wanted to impose some punishment upon me. I don't remember which one exactly. They wanted me to repent. Instead, I just gathered my things and left. What did you do after you left Order? I set up for Restov. Harry shrugs. I wanted to get as far away as possible from Shelyn, and destiny. Everyone seemed to so ready to force upon me. Besides, the School of Swordsmanship in Restov has quite a decent reputation. Honestly, I was hoping for an opportunity to learn from the famous Aldural masters. Eventually, it became clear that their technique wasn't a good fit for me. They teach to avoid impact, whereas I prefer to raise my shield, because she's the tank. Wow, 42 minutes already. But my abilities and skills which I'd learned at the Order of the Eternal Rose were enough to make the Swordlands take an interest in me. They offered me a chance to join the mercenaries who served the Swordlands, and I accepted. Bet your beauty inspired many people in the Order. She's probably not gonna like that. Harry's gaze suddenly becomes cold, and here I hoped to avoid the question. She exhales loudly. Well, let's get this over with once and for all. You should understand I am perfectly aware that most races, orders, and genders find me physically attractive. It's beyond my power to change that, but I've never given a potential admirer any reason to start a conversation with me. Where? Potential admirer, okay. But it doesn't stop them. After leaving the Order, I took a dagger and cut off the long hair they used to praise. So she was going to say something else there. I was getting worried again. Well, now I get letters praising the beauty of my eyes. It was because of my appearance that I ended up in the Order of the Eternal Rose, though I never wanted to be a paladin. It was because of my beauty that an infinite number of suitors had pursued me, all of them confusing simple politeness with hints of affection. Harry clenches her fists. But do you know what I really want? To be left alone? I want people to stop treating me like a piece of art. I wanted them to notice me as a person, that I am capable of something more than smiling for paintings, where I sit wearing a lacy satin dress, holding a basket of peaches in my lap. Is that too much to ask? The last question comes out in a shout, though Valerie doesn't seem to realize. Whoa. And we got no skill checks here. Thank you for honesty. I understand you very well. You're a true friend who I can trust with my life. What? I know what you mean, but still, you shouldn't drive people away who only want to open their hearts to you. It's not their fault that you inspire such feeling. Whoa. All this shouting, it was just a simple question. What's become of your precious self-control? I won't do that one. What am I lacking here that I have to just do all these kind of goofy... This one feels a bit over the top. The one. Thank you for your honesty. I understand you very well. You're a true friend. who I can trust with my life. Isn't that a bit sudden? I know, but still, you shouldn't drive people away. Well, I don't want to. That one sounds like it's going to piss her off, both of them. This is a bit cheesy, but I don't know. I am truly happy that you understand me. Thank you. Oh, that worked. Valerie smiles at you gratefully, and the smile is full of warmth that you never expected from someone as stern as Valerie. You suddenly realize that you're smiling back at her. Whoa, okay. Let's change the subject. Alright. Oh man, this is just pure reading this part. But we won't have the next part won't be because we have we're all done. This is the first time we're getting the background of the characters, our teammates here. Shilin is the goddess of love, beauty, and art. Her paladins are something like armored artists. That's how they like to think of themselves, at least. I trust contain their feelings, but her inner contempt bears forth. They are fanatical defenders of worthless, inartistic paintings and meaningless oppuses. Ompuses? If you care to know my opinion, people Shilin with such contempt. What did the goddess of beauty do? And we know that already. What do paladins of Shilin actually do? They wander around seeking the next pile of garbage. When they find it, they call it an immortal piece of art and admire it until they're blue in the face. You may not believe this, but the paladins of Shilin aren't allowed to slay their enemies if they beg for mercy. Can you guess why? Because a bandit, rapist, or murderer who has been put to the sword will never be able to create something beautiful in the future. So a paladin overpowers her enemy in battle and inspires him to create a masterpiece. Valerie's face reflects extreme disgust. It might sound hilarious if it weren't true. I wonder if that's why she wants to stop with the not kill the axe lady. Two axe lady. Plus all of Shilin's followers are obliged to practice some sort of art in his or her free time every single day, no matter what else is going on, even if you're feeling sick, hungry, or sleepy. Otherwise, according to their clerics, you'll lose your connection with your goddess. A preposterous notion, wouldn't you agree? I get what you're saying. It's kind of wild. I couldn't agree more. If I can be frank, all this talk about Shilin makes me want to spit. My noble upbringing prevents me from performing such an undignified act. Gosh, her and Lizzie's gonna get on well. Oh look, so you're an atheist. Is she an atheist then? That's no good. Mama Integer won't have that. Right, I need no guidance from above. I have my own good conscience and my leader's orders to live by. You know, you don't have to follow etiquette and maintain good manners while speaking with me if you don't want to, by the way. Though we have to work on that atheism a bit. I'm aware of that, Varys says. I'm sure you understand that I am what I am. That's how I was brought up, first by my parents and then by my mentors in the order. Besides, I was born to a noble family, raises her chin proudly, so I rather enjoy the idea that my manner of speech differs a bit from the common language of the peasantry. You just can't imagine how many social climbers have bowed politely at the moment I open my mouth. I guess you have plenty of suitors, that's true, even non-atheists, I suppose, huh? Yes. Very well, sadly you're right. Well, suppose that. Even here in these remote lands, one can find offspring of many noble houses, and all of them consider it their duty to kneel before me, begging me to walk with them in the garden. Ryder's voice overflows with contempt. If words were poison, you'd be dying of horrible death. Oh, and don't forget about the village elves. They understand the concept of nobility perfectly well, so they realize they'll all be punished if they dare make any advance towards me. So they prefer to stare from a distance drawing, and believe me, I can very well imagine what they discuss in taverns. How it shivers and jerks her shoulders as if trying to shed the sticky, disgusting stares. Man, bruh. You know, you're really oh gosh. It would be a crime to ignore it. Oh my. That sounds a bit dodgy. So I don't think it meant to go in through all the list of all of them. We've skipped sub. Is he gonna get fed up with that? Ugh. Reliable friend and worthy ally, but it would be a crime to ignore your beauty. That's not she ain't gonna like that, is she? You're sorry, gonna follow my orders. Why? What do you mean, why? Barry looks at you in bewilderment. I follow your orders. I've joined your campaign because I have faith in you. I believe your intentions to be noble, though things may not always turn out as you've planned. You're my commander, your orders are law. My duty to follow them. Valerie hesitates for a moment. Well, so long as you don't order me to do something that's absolutely dishonorable. But that would never happen, I hope. Yeah, I don't think I want to say that one. And give her a conversation, we'll talk later. As you wish. And she does nod as well, it's nice. Let me just try something here. These dialogues I've been dodging. What happens if we say that? Harry gives you a stony look, see? I silly hope your words carry nothing more than mere politeness. For the moment, yes, I'm not going to stalk you like the O'Maras, but I wanted you to know that I've noticed you. Oh my gosh. Is this going to get all Dragon Age? What if it meant something else? Are you afraid to yield to temptation? I know you have plenty of suitors, but I'm not afraid of competition. Oh my gosh. Man. Good thing I saved first. This is kind of quick and goofy. I'm not afraid of competition. Yes, that's what I meant. Wait there, what? I'll stalk you like O'Maras. I want to, I've noticed. It's so cheesy lines. Oh, these lines are so cheesy. Well, let's count for chatting up. Is this chatting up? Is this count for chatting up in Pathfinder? Oh, we have some better lines. I just want you to know that I want you. But, I understand if you don't want me inside of you right away, but I just want you to know that I noticed you. So you like me, but you won't seek my favor. Well, that's something new. Huh? I remember what I clicked. Barry's right eyebrow and smiles, but this smile expresses amusement, not her usual cold arrogance. Oh, I did the right thing, apparently. Okay, well, there you go. Okay. Apparently that's a good chat-up line. I don't know. What's the other dialogue that we didn't do? It was that one that I thought would get us. I don't think we can do it now. I just want to check. No, we're good. Okay. Right. It's nearly a bloody hour. I wanted to do a nice 30-minute thing. No chance. No chance. All this. Shame it's not voiced. All of it, I mean. And I'm tired now. All the reading. Bokka puts his hands on his hips. Ha! Old Bokken still knows a few tricks to impress these blood-sucking dummies. Enough hiding in damn bushes, I say. Oh, you selling stuff? Show me what you have. He has. Oh, he's got stuff. I say he's got nothing. So he sells potions. Does he have healing potions? He's got healing potions. And we ain't got no money for this. About 1,000. It's 50. And you can write scrolls as spells as well. Quite as I want to explore Alex trading post. We don't need that. We can sell stuff to this guy as well. Let me just see. He would buy it for 6. It looks like. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Can you help me in any way? Sunglasses at you and suddenly interested. Well, since you're asking, there's a cave nearby. I used to pick berries in there, but the place has been overrun by spiders. Did we say, can we help him in any way? I don't know. The berries are red, look a lot like raspberries. Fangberries, I call them. I'd be real grateful if you gathered a basket of them and brought them back. Just be quick if you do. They'll spoil quickly. Is this timed? Fangberry Cave has been revealed. Those spiders in the cave are mean here. Let me give you some alchemic fire. Crafted it myself. Burn those spiders to a crisp. That will teach them for taking over my Fangberry Cave. 6 alchemist's fire. I also need a bucket of moonradish. They are rare and a mysterious plant. I don't know where to find them, but I know that kobolds gather them and value them highly. It's not a huge deal, really. I'd do it myself if I were younger, but if you're willing, I'll pay you. 3 potions for the berries. 3 potions for the berries. And a purse full of coins for the radishes. Why do you need fangberries and moonradishes anyway? You making a soup, a broth or something? You want to know, huh? Well, I'll gladly tell you after you bring some to me. Alright, it sounds kind of not full-blown adventure-y. Sounds kind of goofy quests going around collecting berries, but we'll get some XP, so it's all good. Concentrate you, hopefully. Just watch out, alright? Don't end up someone's lunch. Remember what you do here. What's there to tell? I'm a herbalist, make potions and sell them. Gather herbs, roots, berries, brocasides. I live in the forest, live off the land. Since leaving Restov for these parts, I've ended up a merchant here at Oleg and Svalna's post. They let me in out of kindness, help me with things. They bring me water or firewood when it's cold, and occasionally a barrel of honey. They're good people. Okay, cool. So we can sell to him. And we got that in there. Is these timed? What's this mean? Gather a bucket and moon rates 2. Oh, it's just not clicked yet. Okay. A couple of quests here. Retrieval quests. Let's save again. Unlike The Witcher, this isn't saving separate files every time you quick save, I believe, which is nice. Greetings. Oleg seems to be in a good mood and greets you warmly. He certainly ruffled those villains' feathers. Well, anyway, new day, new troubles. Have you seen the fog? Never seen anything like that before. The road to Restov looks like someone spilled milk and it just hung in the air. I couldn't see anything through that soup, not even with a torch. It was like witchcraft to me. I'd bet the Stag Lord's involved somehow. Rumors says he deals with all kinds of bad magic. Tell me about yourself. Why open a trading post in such a dangerous place? I just dislike the noise, Oleg answers reluctantly. I'm from Restov. Cities are complicated. Lots of people, and each with their place on the shelf. Bow before this one, fear this other. Don't do business with a third, but be sure to extra nice to the fourth, and villages are a little better. Everyone likes to stick their noses into each other's business. I just wanted a place where I could be my own master, and so I ended up here. I need to care of this. I need to have Stag Lord. Do you know anything that could help us out? That's quite a task you've set yourself on. The Stag Lord has a fortress somewhere in the area. Only a few chosen from the most trusted of his rabble are ever invited. The location of the fortress is a heavily guarded secret, and with this fog hanging around, I'd imagine it will be even harder to find. I suppose you could try to follow the trail of those bandits who attacked the post before. They came from the southwest from the side of Fawn River. Never eat straight wheat, southwest down. The fortress might be there, or at least some large camp of theirs where you can find information. What else can you tell me about this Stag Lord? The Slag Lord, sorry. Not much. Not like I've sat down and shared a cup of wine with the man, you know? I think he arrived in the Stolen Lands less than a year ago, from what I've heard, but as soon as he got here, he took over everything. I wrote to Restov, tried to warn them that the Stag Lord wasn't some typical gang leader, but they didn't listen. The rumors about him are horrible. He'll kill a person if they so much as disagree with him. He never reveals his face. Those who have seen him up close report the same thing. Ugly scars cover every inch of his skin, not covered by his clothes. Man. Stag Lord's past is a mystery. He just arrived one day. He was immediately a power to be reckoned with. I guess the most surprising thing about him is that he has as many followers who admire him as he has minions who obey him out of fear. He's got some inner strength in him, or maybe an inner madness. There are many who seem to follow him because of that madness, like it was some kind of virtue. See the wares. Nothing's too good for such a good person. And are you buying for the same prices? Yeah, he's buying for the same prices, so let's start to sell some things. This would be a better thing for me to... No, I'll give it -1 still, I think, is what they're saying there. Oh, how do I go back to stash? Here we go. -1. This one will be better for me to wear, one of these. Studded leather. But we definitely don't need so many. There's 4 max. I should check first. Old map. Useful household item. A merchant would pay very well. Oh, it's just like a... does not have any information, does it? No, I thought it was like a map. Oh man, he's got enough stuff, bro. This is what I wanted to... I had my list for us to do as well. We need a bag of holding. Bag of holding opens up into a non-dimensional space. So inside it is way larger than its outside dimensions. Regardless of what you put into the bag, its weight doesn't change. This allows the party to carry additional 100 pounds of weight without suffering any negative consequences. Is that one of the first purchases you want to get in RPG type things? It's got so much stuff. Oh my word. Brah. Braskies. Cooking. Would that help us with like getting better cooking meals done? I'd save and test first anyway. So we've got the bag of holding small we want. Maps don't seem to do anything. Useful house, that's a house alarm again. What can we definitely sell right now? I'll have to have a look. Alright. We are at Hara now, we're at Hara. So let's quickly just sell that one. Let's figure that out for next time, I guess. Man, I hope you enjoyed all that reading.